You're lucky it's not in the exam. I mean, you didn't know either, Estelio. Ay, ay, ay. But here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Polish Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing ROC Esports. It is Spirit. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Finnish Zerg player. We have the red Zerg. From them, it is Mixu. Let us go. Here we have the blue. It's just catching up. Just catching up, making sure we are secure. And again, we have 3 matches left. We have 3 series remaining. For our broadcast today. As I mentioned before, we did cover most of the matches in Group B at the time, live. We cast a lot of matches day one. it was a long day of casting, long day. We're settling in, and again, we've been having a lot of short series. We've had a lot of all-ins. I do expect this to go the distance a little bit further here, but in my mind, we might see Mixu just double down and commit a little bit harder. Spirit, he's known for his mid game, he's known for his mid game, known for his late game. Like, he has some terrifying TvZ out there, recently excelling against players like a Laser, even having some strong showings against Rainer as well, especially in the late game if he can get there. We'll see how Mixu will adjust his approach though. In my mind, he's going to be more aggressive, but we'll see. Mixu is building up. Going for a hatch gas pull. Standard opener out of Mixu. Likewise, Spirit going for his own Rax expand as well. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. Here we go. Spirit so tedious to watch so relatively to other players. I wonder if anyone's excited over Spirit's Turtle Terran. Spirit, there are some games where he's like notorious for turtling up like that. If you've been watching Spirit over the past year, like that isn't really his approach anymore. I would love to highlight, and I do recommend checking out Spirit's series against a Laser during the House Galactic battle. Like that was a banger. Like between I think it was a best of 7 or best of 9. I think it was best of 7 between Spirit and Laser, and Spirit, he was spreading his wings. Like we saw Spirit opening up BC, going into mech, going for Hellbat all-ins, going for proxies. Like Spirit, he has it in him to be more active and to be more aggressive, and that's what I'm leaning towards. For now, is going for an economic opener, 3rd CC before starport, but again, he doesn't have to just turtle up and be defensive. I feel like that's like, it's almost like Serral. Like if you remember Serral, for a long time, many years ago, he was known for only macroing and only playing standard, almost like the Spirit of Zerg, if you will. Spirit the player, not Spirit of Zerg. But in recent years, like when I say recent, over the past like 3-4 years, like Serral's been cheesing a lot more. He's been doing a lot more cheeses, a lot more aggression. He's been willing to mix it up more so than just playing standard. Similar, I would say, with Spirit, as he takes down, oh my god, both tumors! Both tumors go down, does pull away. Nice pick off here by Spirit. Nice pick off. So here we go. So again, I feel like that's a reputation the Spirit earned mainly from years gone by, but I don't think it's as applicable in current modern era of StarCraft. Similar to like Showtime being like Dimauer being like the defensive Protoss, whereas in recent years he's also been going for more all-ins. Like he's also been like spreading his like horizons and has been approaching the game in like a different way. Or how SOS is no longer nothing but cheese. Like SOS does often macro as well nowadays. In general, a lot of players have kind of been rounding out their play. Meanwhile, Hellions, they bust into the middle line. Oh, and Mixu, he has no drones. 0 drones to defend. Drones are going to get roasted. 5 workers going to be going down. This is already critical damage here from Spirit, and he can get more done, but he's going to be cleaned up. But bearing in mind, this is only off of 2 Hellions, and they get away. 7 drone kills, 2 more here towards the 3rd base, and Mixu is just being torn apart. It's being torn apart. 9 drone kills. Ay, ay, ay. Reaper storm between the bases. Hellions, they do meet up. They're getting quite low here, but remember, it's going to be Hellion Banshee as a follow-up. And remember, this is not an all-in, this is a standard build here by Spirit, but if he sees an opportunity, he goes for it. So he does see opportunity, he does see some weak points here in the defense. Lings, they move out for a counterattack, which means once again there's nothing at home, there's only queens. And drones, they're gonna get roasted once again. Does fully wall off the Eva chamber, thankfully, but Hellions, they dive into the main. And here in the main base, there's no wall. There is no wall. Drones are falling. 17, 18 worker kills. Ay, ay, ay. Zerg players, look away, papi, look away. 21. And back at home, Lings, they get some damage, 10 SCVs, that's good. But in the face of 25 worker kills, it means nothing. It means nothing here. Banshees are still in the main. Sorry, Banshees, Hellions are still in the main. Banshees, they defend back at home. 26 drones. Thankfully, he doesn't get the last volley off, but still 26 workers in total here. And Mixu, he lets the Eva chamber finish as well. But Mixu, he's in a really rough place. He does fall behind, and we have to make a choice. Do we try to redrone and resaturate against Spirit of all players, or do we turn this into an all-in? And I would say that an all-in would be ideal, but there's nothing to work with. There's no tech, there's no Baliness, there's no Roach Warren, there's an Eva chamber, I suppose. Gas is just now being taken. Mixu, he has a ways to go to recover. It's going to be a rough road to recovery here. Double Banshee moving in, thankfully there's detection. Banshees are deflected, they don't get any drone kills. So Mixu does minimize losses. 1, 2, oh god, I spoke too soon. Another 3 drone kills. Ay, ay, ay. If the Eva chamber finishes, I'd probably just leave. We've all been there before, right? It's like accidentally letting the Eva chamber finish, or letting the gas geyser finish if you're like trying to keep a drone alive, or early on letting a spore finish when you're doing Reaper defense. Like it happens. It happens. Smurge, man, smurge. Speaking of being frazzled, 2 Baliness. 2 Baliness on the way, 1 behind the middle line, 1 in front. So again, clearly like Mixu, especially after all that early game damage, is a little bit off center. There, oh thank god. Does cancel, throws down the Eva chamber. Trying to work towards 1-1, trying to work towards Ling Bane. And Spirit, he should be moving out at around, or with his 7-minute push. Typically, we'd move out with +1, so we have 1-1 upgrades on the way. Stim is already done, combat shields on the way as well, but this is going to be a slightly earlier push, I believe, because Spirit knows he has momentum. Like, he knows he has momentum, he knows he has a lead. And he's going to hit with combat shields. And remember, there's no bailing speed, right? There's no upgrades. There's 0 upgrades here for Mixu. So Spirit, there's a reason why he feels confident pushing out here and now. And he will knock down the expansion, knock down the base. Mixu gonna try to hold on here. 1-1 upgrades are finishing up in the middle of this fight. And Spirit is reinforcing. Oh, ooh, does take a bit into the face. Okay, gonna be cleaned up. Tank gets surrounded. Marines as well. Very nice catching from Mixu. Very nice. But he's still lacking any kind of upgrades here. And again, Mixu, he should not be able to hold on. Like, there's just so much working against him. Getting 1, 2, 3 queens. Oh no. The final queen goes down. Now the Banshees have free reign on the Ling Bane. A nice round. Takes care of some of those Marines. And Mixu, he will clean this up. He will clean this up. He will shut this down. Despite that, the Banshees are still wreaking havoc. They get another queen. Another queen goes down. And another. And Spirit's still rallying. He's still rallying across. GG gets called. Mixu is broken. And Spirit will take game number 1. GG. GG will play it again. A very opportunistic approach here from Spirit. Again, Spirit didn't do anything too crazy. He went for a standard build. He went for a standard opener. He went 3 CC before Starport into his 1-on-1 Hellion Banshee. but he saw opportunities, right? He saw a weak point here in the defenses of Mixu. Mixu was being greedy. Mixu, he was cutting link production, and in doing so, Hellions, they popped off. They just wreaked havoc. They roasted every single mineral line. 26 drone kills. That was insane damage early on, and Mixu could not sustain those losses. GG. GG well played with that. We're going to be following Spirit into our next game, into game number 2. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak, we have the Finnish Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg down in the series. We'll see if he bounce back. We'll see if he can recover. It is Mixu. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the Polish Terran player. We have the red Terran representing RSC Esports. It is Spirit. Here we go. Yes, as we mentioned before, like Spirit, like this, like more totally defensive style out of Spirit is something. It's a reputation that he like earned many years ago. But by no means is that like the only way he plays, especially in like modern StarCraft, in modern era. Does often mix things up, is often more active or more aggressive. If he sees an opportunity to do so, he'll go for it, just like last game. Meanwhile, from the side of Mixu, I mean, I don't blame him for cutting corners. Spirit, he is one of the best Terrans in all of Europe. So cutting corners is what you do want to do against Spirits, but getting away with it, that's the hard part. He's getting away with cutting those corners. That's from here we're setting up. Again, racks expand. Standard opener here out of Spirits. And meanwhile, we just see Mixu hatch gas pool as well. So far, so good. Here we're going to be settling in. Really, my eyes are going to be on Mixu here to see if he does try to tech in any early direction. I mean, we're loading into Tokamak. Welcome. True. Welcome one and all. Tokamak is one of the more macro maps in the map pool. Longer rush distance by ground. More defendable as well on 3 and 4 bases. So if there was to be a map that did lead us into the mid game and even into a longer game, this would be it. Would be Tokamak. Now Reaper does take down the Zergling. Getting ready for the add-on swap into Hellion production, and we're expecting, yep, third CC before Starport. This is the same build that we saw last game. So same build, same opener. And this time, Mixu, he should not be skipping Zerglings. We should be building up like a decent amount here to defend, to keep up. And again, rotating between these bases is easier on Tokamak. As we have the Tech Lab on the way on the racks, going for the add-on swap, going into Banshee play. There we go, is swapping over, is going into Banshee play. Behind this, we do see that Mixu has just been droning up for the time being. He's been droning quite heavily. There are links to scouts. When he sees a move out, that should trigger him to actually make some Zerglings. There we go, we have a pair of Lings on the way. Overlord does confirm the build, does confirm Cloak. And Spirit's moving out. Now, once again, Mixu, he's staying on a very low drone count. Now, I will say, on this map, it is easier for queens to rotate, so you can get away with... Sorry, I say low drone count. I meant to say low link count, so I did misspeak. But you can get away with a low link count with all these queens, just because it's easier to rotate. It is still risky, don't get me wrong. Still very risky. It's very greedy, maybe a better way of putting it. So far, Mixu is keeping up. Oh, hello. Now, as again, just to reiterate what we said at the start of this series, how Spirit is willing to be more cheeky and more aggressive at times. Likewise, similar to Showtime, similar to Serral, where they kind of earned this like macro reputation like many years ago. Hellbat push. We're going for a 2-on-1 Hellbat push here from a Spirit, hyper aggressive out of our Terran player. And this is going to hit like a truck, especially because remember, Mixu has been cutting corners. Mixu has not been making Zerglings. And the queens are exposed. Gets one. Hellbat's a morph in. And this is going to be a tough hold here for Mixu. Aye. No transfuse. He has no energy. Banelings are morphing in. They're going to be denied here by the Banshee. Hellbat's headed to the mineral line. Gets another queen. Oh no, the drones! Get out of here! The Hellbats are waddling in. Oh my god. Drones, thankfully, they do get away. And Mixu holds. Ooh, Mixu does hold on. Behind this, we have a 4-rack setup. Ooh, getting into a 5-1-1. Does pull away. Again, with that, Mixu is holding on. Did cost him 2 queens. It cost him a couple of workers. Could have been so much worse. The Hellbats did not get into the mineral line. They almost did. They almost roasted up those drones. And Mixu survives. Now remember, for this, from this, Stim is finishing up. He's getting into his own 5 Raxes. He still maintains his Hellions. Typically, after a failed Hellbat push, you lose all your Hellions, you lose all your Hellbats, and you are unable to keep up with the creep, but Spirit does maintain his Hellion count. Does keep it alive. Spirit does pull away. And the next big timing here is going to hit with 1-1. Like, the 1-1 timing here is going to hit quite hard. This time, Mixu will have Baneling Speed. So Baneling Speed is finishing up. He's working towards 1-1 upgrades. Saturating his own 4th base and getting a 5th. Mixu is stabilizing. Stabilizing quite nicely. And he can soon focus on purely Ling Bane Hydra. So we have a game. We have a game on our hands. I believe that Mixu, he should have enough to defend and survive the move out of Spirit. To the point where Spirit, he might just not go for it. Yeah, we just see the gas on the way. Second factory. This tells us we should soon be seeing a 4th CC. Like Spirit, he's getting into a longer game. And again, as we mentioned, like Tokamak is known for these longer game states as well. So if we were to embrace the late game here in TvZ, there's a higher chance of that happening on this map. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. Now, I'm a little bit surprised Spirit, he's pushing. He's moving out before expanding. He's spotted. Maidens, they crash in, but oh, they crash into Hellbats. Better trade for Spirit, and Spirit, he just commits. He got another queens! That gets 1, 2. 2 queens go down, brutal pickups. Mixu, he's in danger. Oh god, his lings are trickling in, and this is getting out of hand. He's down to 9 Banelings, soon to be 19. Banelings once again rolling in. Nice tank firing. Oh, Banelings are coming from behind. Nice around, and with that, Mixu holds. Whew. He does hold on. Does defend. As we mentioned, once Mixu got up to 80 drones, he can survive these pushes, and he will. Behind the Spirit, now he starts at 416. Now remember, this is a late 4th base. We were surprised to see that he pushed out without it. So late expansion out of Spirit. Mixu is holding on. But the creep is receding. And Spirit, he doesn't stop. He does not back off, doesn't retreat. He keeps on pushing. Keeps on rallying in. And I started firing on the Banelings, none of Zerglings. Mixu comes from behind once again. The surround! Does clean up. Does force a pickup. So Mixu, for the second time, he shuts down the army. He's punishing Spirit. And the more the Spirit throws away, the harder he's going to have to turtle up. Just because he's bleeding out so much supply and losing so much momentum. Mixu now going to be getting into his own hive tech. Infestation Bit's on the way, in towards Hive. Spirit going for the split push, shaving off more Zerglings. No critical damage, but he is gaining a little bit more momentum once again. Trading well. He takes his 4th base, it's getting fully operational. Banelings, they do not connect. Yeah, they crash into they crash into tanks. Spirit just trading as efficiently as possible. Fury picks up, pulls away, at the same time pushes in on the right hand side. Again, just looking to pull Mixu apart. Is heavily overstimmed. Once again picks up 5 drone kills. The drop play continues. Drop on the left, drop on the right. Mixu, he is treading water here. I say treading water just because he's still leading out drones, and these are still more efficient trades here from Spirit. He's being much more efficient. But Mixu is holding on. And the Hive is almost done. The Hive is almost done. With the Hive comes Viper tech. With Vipers, Power Bombs. Parasitic Bombs, a better way to deal with these medevacs, to deal with the drops. You can abduct it as well. As Mixu does find 2 free tanks, not bad. Gets 1, gets 2. Ooh, the rest of the tanks are on siege. Spirit out of position. Losing even more tanks. Barely does save 2 of them. And from here, Mixu is snubbling out of control. Takes out the tank line, keeps on pushing. Spirit getting caught with his pants down. Losing 3 more tanks. And he'll lose a mineral line as well. And Mixu has done a 21 SCV kills across the map. The drop does cause some damage, but this is critical. 24 SCVs takes down, how much, 7 tanks? Yeah, 7. Jesus. 7 tanks went down. Denies a CC. 24 SCV kills as well. Ooh, we do see that Spirit, he does kill an expansion, but the drone survived. And there's a backup base. There's a backup expansion. So Mixu is just transferring back over. Taking up into lurkers. Spirit moving out with another drop. Moving in. Containing Spirit on 3 bases. Lurkers have arrived. Still no Viper tech, which is my big concern, just because Lurkers don't really help too much with this. Like, this is where Spirit can recover in this game, is with drop play. So because they move in, Ghost getting in position. So he does react with 1, 2 tanks that will be going down. Once again, just shutting down that tank count. 3-3's under fire. Spirit dropping to the left. There's a scan. Here come the snipes. Gets 1. And 1, 2, 3 lurkers going to be falling. Oh, makes sure he will lose everything here. At the same time, he will also lose the expansion. Oh, losing another base. Down to 4. Down to 4 bases. Brutal target firing there at a Spirit. Does focus on 10 lurkers. And makes sure he'll lose a little bit too much here. That was every lurker? Yeah, that was every lurker going down. So the Hive, I mean, that's what he was building up to. Does quick, does pull away. Tanks getting caught out for, I want to say, like the 3rd or 4th time this game. Spirit, he's lost so many tanks. 17 tanks have gone down this game. That's crazy. He lost so many tanks. But GG gets called. He still breaks through. 14 drone kills. Again, Mixu, he has no bases. He has no economy. He has no army. He lost every lurker. And Spirit, he will break him. He will break him. GG, well played. Spirit will claim the series 2-0. GG, well played. A very intense back and forth. Again, Mixu, he had some really nice catches. He had some really nice trades, really nice fights, catching out so many tanks and even punishing the economy. But Spirit, he was still on 3 bases. He had a fresh 3rd base as well. He was muling, he was able to maintain himself, and the drop play was just tearing Mixu apart. He lost his 4th base, and he lost his 5th base, and he lost every single lurker as well. Like, it was brutal damage there for Mixu. Spirit was just out trading. He was just being more efficient with his army. GG. GG, well played. With that, Spirit will claim it 2-0. But an impressive showing there by Mixu. Impressive nonetheless. As that leads us into our next matchup here in Group B. Up next is going to be a PvT between Showtime and Baby Marine. Let's go.